All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm at Camp's Cleaners in Rochester, Pennsylvania, where I have been getting my dry cleaning done for decades. The late Dan Camp, of course, my dear friend, my brother, his beautiful wife Cheryl, still here working every day, daughter Trish. Of course, their other children, including Commissioner Dan Camp, yes, and the many grandchildren of the Camp family. Memorial Day is fast approaching, and you know, I'm always thinking of ways of paying tribute to veterans. And Danny Camp's dad, Dan Camp, from Beaver, Pennsylvania, actually was a member of the armed forces during World War II. And you know, I can tell you many stories, but one that stands out, he was on a troop train headed somewhere when they were listening to Notre Dame football. And a gentleman by the name of Phil Colella actually returned as a freshman a kickoff for a touchdown. Phil Colella, of course, made his home right here in Rochester. And before they came to this location on Adams Street, they were in the old Penn Beaver Hotel, where my mother, Eva Bango, actually worked for him, and she had a crush on him for many years. He was an incredible individual. But I want to take time to talk about one more significant aspect about the greatest generation, in which we're going to be talking much more about this throughout the week here and, of course, on KDK Radio. D-Day, the invasion of Normandy, June 6, 1944. Thousands of brave men from the Allied forces lost their lives on those 5 beaches and that 50-mile stretch of beachfront, and we are still paying tribute to them this day. But there was a significant individual, along with, of course, General Eisenhower, General Montgomery from Britain, and others, who I would like to take time to talk about today, because we look at this holiday, as we do Veterans Day, as simply an American holiday. And yes, it is, but there have been significant figures and leaders throughout the world that have made it very important to us. And one of them, arguably, I believe, the greatest Brit of all time, Winston Churchill, who really coined so many phrases, including our finest hour in victory at last, and we shall not surrender, I shall not surrender, wasn't really all for this invasion, but in the end, he did what he thought was for the greater good. And the reason, because of the memories of what he remembered losing thousands of troops during World War I. You know, battle scars run deep, and even in some of the most bravest individuals in the world's history, including Winston Churchill, sometimes it's hard to run away from those ghosts of yesteryear. But I hope that a lot of us, when we look back and pay tribute and spend time and salute our veterans, will help those who need that extra hug to get them through some of those horrible memories. Because without those memories, we would not have the freedoms that we have today. And even though there have been many great leaders and soldiers in this country, and there will be for generations to come, we can never forget the significance of others who have been a part of our history, including the great Winston Churchill. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your week, and don't forget to join me right here as we pay tribute to Memorial Day coming up this Monday, and we salute our veterans from your Pratte Pack. Good afternoon from Camp's Cleaners in Rochester.